setting up a practice. 5. The 5 Ws and 1H theory. 5. Consulting and advisory. 5. Choosing a service line. 6. Going solo or choosing a team. 7. What will you need? 8. Putting structures in place. 12. Management. 12. SWOT. 13. Mentors. 15. Let's go. 17. One customer. 17. Promoting your business. 17. Feedback. 18. Finance. 18. Fail first. 19. Building blocks. 23. Bibliography. 24. Establishing business consulting and advisory services. Tekadaya Institute Mini MBAI Introduction. Establishing business consulting and advisory services. Tekadaya Institute Mini MBA. 3 Ideas are easy, implementation is hard. Guy Kawasaki. The human mind has more than 6,000 thoughts per day. Every day we make decisions and indecisions. However, by acting, you are able to position yourself in the 1% club, those who do by walking the talk. Welcome. I will be giving you practical steps on establishing consulting and advisory services. I do not claim to know it all, but I hope you find the material useful. The material is written in a format that combines little technicalities with reality, mostly from personal experience, observations, and studies. 04 I set up establishing business consulting and advisory services. Tekadaya Institute Mini MBA. 05 Setting up a practice. The world is a marketplace. We are all buying and selling either products, services, or an experience. People are willing to spend whatever price is right in their estimation in exchange for a product, service, or experience. Thus, there will always be a demand for these by a handful of suppliers. The first question to ask is why you want to set up a business consulting and advisory services. The term practice, consulting is used interchangeably henceforth. As basic as this seems, it is the most important question to ask before establishing a practice. The 5 Ws and 1H theory. The 5 Ws and 1H theory is often used by researchers, writers, and investigators. However, it is a theory that can be applied across disciplines. Here, we use the theory to examine the intention behind setting a practice. 1. What service are you offering? What will your customers benefit from your service? What do you know about the industry? 2. Why are you in the business? Why should you be patronized? 3. Where will this service be provided? 4. Who are you? Who do you intend to serve? Who will you not provide service to? 5. When will you start? When will you stop? 6. How will you provide service to your client? Consulting and advisory. Oftentimes, the term consulting and advisory are used interchangeably, the lines could be blurred. Some organizations combine the two while others separate them. While consulting engagements tend to be focused on a problem or set of problems, advisory engagements are, as the name implies, advices and recommendation to a client on a set of problems. In the former, the service provider is called in to solve specific problems with their expertise. In the latter, the service provider goes beyond 06 solving the problems at hand and offers advice based on expertise and experience to the client. For instance, if a client wants an IT expert to implement an ERP software, that could be a consulting engagement as there is a specific task to do. However, there may be some other structural IT deficiencies that exist within the client's operations and the IT expert may offer advisory services. The client could even have other problems that from experience, the IT expert observed while implementing the ERP software. Or, the client could be changing offices in a few months. Generally, the client wants to be sure they are making the right decisions. For the purpose of this class, we assume that they are the same service. In another example, on its website, Deloitte, a multinational firm, provides consulting services and financial/risk advisory services. Choosing a service line. There are different types of services that can be provided to individuals and businesses. The industry of consulting and advisory services is founded on the basis of knowledge/expertise, interests, and experience. 1. Knowledge. your knowledge of the industry is about the most important factor to consider before starting out. People are seeking your services because of your expertise, expert skill or knowledge in a particular field. In this era of information overload, where your clients can easily check on the internet about a particular issue, your expertise is what will put a premium on your service. Sometimes, people have information but they do not know what to do with it. Clients are increasingly seeking context over content, and your expertise sets you apart from the crowd. 2 interests. It is possible to be very knowledgeable about a variety of topics or subjects of interests. However, as you are aware, the old saying goes, "Jack of all trades, master of none." In the consulting space, you are jack of multiple trades but specialist in a handful. It is important to choose subject areas that you are most comfortable with and familiar with. 2 ways of knowing which areas are of interest is I. If someone wakes you up from your sleep, can you talk about a topic off script? And 2, does a topic interest you without any incentive? Are you naturally curious about the topic that it makes you want to keep searching for more news and trends about it? You can only judge your interest yourself. For instance, you could be a chartered financial analyst, CFA, who is knowledgeable about fixed income, economics, financial reporting and analysis, corporate finance, derivatives, alternative investments, portfolio management and wealth planning. Of these topics, derivatives and alternative investments tickle your interests. While you have knowledge about the other topics, you decide to choose these 2 areas because you are naturally curious and excited about these topics. You set up a finance firm that provides expert advice to clients. However, you decide to provide only derivatives and alternative investments. Interests in these topics made you narrow your expertise to these service lines. It is possible that later, establishing business consulting and advisory services, Techadaya Institute Mini MBA 07, you expand into providing financial reporting and analysis after observing some gaps or satisfied customers keep making inquiries if you offer them. 3. Experience. The saying goes, experience is the best teacher. This is true in the world of consulting. Textbook concepts and theories are important, but reality is much appreciated. How a concept works within a system or environment is more important than having knowledge alone. Experience happens in 2 ways. One is through